Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be telling you a story that happened between my friends and I when I had a sleepover. And I'm going to tell this story to all of you right here right now. It started the way every sleepover starts. Pizza boxes stacked on the counter, sleeping bags dragged across the living room floor, laughter so loud the neighbors probably heard it through the walls. There were 5 of us that night, me and my four closest friends. We'd known each other since middle school. The kind of friendship where you don't even have to finish your sentences before someone already knows what you mean. We were at Maddie's house. Her parents were away for the weekend, which meant no rules, no bedtime, and way too much sugar. We watched movies until almost 2 in the morning. Something stupid and low budget, the kind of horror movie you laugh at more than you're scared of. Around 2:30 a.m., we finally decided to sleeping bags in a circle, like we always did. Phones plugged in, lights off, except for the soft blue glow of a nightlight Maddie still kept in the corner of her room, a habit from when we were kids. I remember drifting off, feeling completely safe, warm, surrounded by the people I trusted most in the world. I don't remember falling asleep, but I remember waking up. It wasn't the morning, really. The kind of grey light that comes right before the sun dows. My neck was stiff from sleeping wrong. My mouth was dry and the room was silent. Too silent. No breathing, no shifting in sleeping. No in bags, no hum of someone's phone charging. Nothing. I sat up slowly, my heart already picking up speed before my mind caught up to why. Maddie was closest to me, lying on her back, one arm flung over her face like she just dozed off mid-laugh. I said her name, quiet at first, like I didn't want to wake up the others. She didn't move. I said it again, louder, reached out and touched her shoulder. Cold. I yanked my hand like I'd been burned by my mind when some were very far for a second. Somewhere that refused to understand what my hand had just felt. I turned to Jenna next. Same thing. Still. Pale. Her lips slightly parted like she'd been about to say something and never finished. Then Priya. Then Tasha. Then Sam. All 4 of them, not sleeping, not breathing, just gone. I want to tell you, I screamed. That would make sense, wouldn't it? But I didn't. My voice just stopped working. I sat there in the grey, almost morning light, surrounded by my 4 best friends, and I could not make a single sound come out of my throat. The silence in that room was the loudest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Eventually, my body did what my mind couldn't. I scrambled backward, knocking over an empty soda, and the sound of it hitting the floor made me flinch so hard I nearly screamed just from that. I chucked each of them again. Pulse, breath, anything, nothing. The nightlight in the corner flickered just once, and for half a second, I swear the shadow it cast against the wall didn't match the shape of the lamp. I don't remember deciding to run. I just remember being in the hallway, then the kitchen, my hands shaking so badly I could barely unlock my phone. No signal. Of course, there was no signal. because nothing about that night was going to make this easy. I found a landline in the kitchen and an old cream-colored phone bolted to the wall, the kind nobody uses anymore. My fingers could barely dial 3 numbers, the most important 3 numbers I've ever pressed in my life. While it rang, I stood with my back against the kitchen counter, watching the hallway that led back to that bedroom, watching it like something might come walking out of it. Nothing did. The operator picked up, and I don't remember what exactly I said. I remember the word dead coming out of my mouth over and over, like my brain had lost every other word it knew. The next 20 minutes felt like 20 years. I sat on Maddie's front porch, steps in the cold, wrapped in a blanket I didn't remember grabbing, watching the street of headlights when the ambulance and the police cars finally turned the corner, lights washing red and blue across the front lawn. I think that was the first moment I actually let myself cry. They wouldn't let me back inside. I sat on that porch while strangers in uniforms walked in and out of the house. I had fallen asleep so happily in just hours before. A paramedic crouched down in front of me at one point, asked if I felt sick, if I'd eaten or drunk anything different than my friends, if I remembered anything strange before we went to sleep. I didn't. I still don't. They ran tests for weeks. For weeks there were no answers, no obvious cause, no signs of anything in the house, no gas leak, nothing in the food, nothing in the drinks. The only thing that changed, the only detail that came out of it that still keeps me up at night, is that the coroner said each of them showed signs of having been gone for different lengths of time, not all at once, one by one, while I was asleep 3 feet away. I moved away. Not long after that, I couldn't stay in that town, couldn't drive past that house, couldn't sit in a room with 4 sleeping bags in a circle ever again. But some nights, when it's quiet enough, I still feel like I'm back there. Enough. I still feel like I'm back there, sitting up in that grey light, reaching out to touch a shoulder that won't ever be warm again. And some nights, I swear, right before I fall asleep, I hear breathing in the room that isn't mine. If you like this story and you want more like it, make sure to subscribe, because next time I might tell you what happened to the house after we left. The end.